Hello everyone, welcome to my media diary. This is going to be where I document all of my favourite pieces of media to create a little time capsule of who I am. Just to make one thing clear here, okay, this is no deep dive analysis, no video essay, nothing like that. It's just me listing things I like because I like recording myself and my favourite topic is myself, so here we go. I am going to try and not give spoilers, but I am gonna label this video as not spoiler free because I have no self-control. I will give out the whole plot without even realizing it. So first I'm gonna start with books. I love reading, okay? The two book series I'm gonna show you today, they are what I read as a preteen, but I've actually reread both series last year and I think they still really hold up really well. I think if you want to get into reading, you should start with these books. First one is The 39 Clues. This is only the first installment. I love The 39 Clues. It's actually what gave me my username. The 39 Clues is about a family who... I'm gonna turn the LCD away from me because I keep looking into it. The 39 Clues is about this really powerful family, the Cahill family. Cahill? Cahill? Cahill. I pronounce it as Cahill, but I'm sure somebody pronounces it different. Everyone pronounces it different. But anyways, it's about this huge, powerful family. Okay, they're all gathering clues, and each book they're gathering a clue. Okay, they're gathering a clue. The Cahill family is huge, as in they span across Africa, Europe. Are those all the continents I know? America. They span across everywhere. They're white, they're black, they're Asian. There's so many of them because they descend from this one family from the 1500s, and it is I wish I had the second series, Cahill versus Cahill's versus Vespers. That's what I was trying to say. It is the best out of all the 4 installments. That is the best one, the second one. I won't try to spoil it or anything. You're probably waiting for me to say, aren't you gonna say who the author is? So all of these books are written by different people. So the first one is Riordan. Hope I said that right. But that's actually what brought me to this book series when I was younger, because I am obsessed with Percy Jackson. And I'm gonna try limit what I say about Percy Jackson right now because I can go a bit crazy over Percy Jackson. But when I was younger, I was obsessed with Percy Jackson, and anything that had Rick's name on it, I would go get it. And obviously I picked this up thinking, it's got his name on it, let's read it. Best decision of my life because it brought me down a whole rabbit hole. So then the next book is written by Gordon. Then the next book, Peter. So every book is written by somebody else, every single book, but it still all goes together. The story goes smoothly. The characters are smooth. The characters' development throughout this entire series, I would say, is incredible. And I want to see it as a TV show. I want to see it as a TV show. I don't know how they do it, but I want to see it as a TV show. Whenever I read a book, I always think, what would this look like as a TV show? I want to see it as a TV show. I don't know who needs to get on this, but let's get on this. The next book I am listing is The Sisters Grimm. I loved The Sisters. You're going to hear this a lot. I love everything I consume. I loved The Sisters Grimm. It is also quite a big, this is the only series of it. Quite big, but it's worth it. It is incredible. So Sisters Grimm is about 2 sisters who find out they're descendants of Brothers Grimm, and they're part of this whole fairy tale detective family. Their parents have been missing for a while. They've been taken. They don't know that. They think their parents have just upped and left them, but no, their parents have been, that was a spoiler. Their parents have been taken. So they're orphans, and one day this old woman comes and she says she's their grandma, but they think their grandma's dead. They go with her to this town, and it's filled with fairy tale characters called Ever Afters. Now these fairy tale characters, they are from Shakespeare, there's Lewis Carroll, there's Hans Christian Andersen, there's so many fairy tale characters. and they're not happy because they are trapped in that town because of the Grimms. So they're angry because hundreds of years ago they moved from Germany to America, and they were promised by the Brothers Grimm that this would be a new start for all of them. But then when they got to America, a lot of the ever afters, you know, they've got powers, and they started causing trouble, especially the Jabberwocky. Yes, the Jabberwocky from Alice in Wonderland is in this. All of these creatures, all of these people with powers start causing problems. So the Brothers Grimm trapped them all in one town called Fairypot Landing, and it can't be broken unless all the Grimms are dead. Wait, all the Grimms are dead or the Grimms are in Fairypot Landing? I can't remember that part. Regardless, the Grimms gotta go. The Grimms have got to be gone for them to get out of the town. This pretty much starts the entire series. I'm gonna try not to spoil it anymore, but this is an amazing series. This is an incredible series. I love it so much. I can still read it at this big age because it's just, he doesn't treat the readers like they're dumb. You know, like obviously I was like, I think I must have been 11 or 10 when I first read this book, and I understood the concepts, and I can still read it now and think, yeah, that was some good storytelling. I am so bad at this. I'm so sorry, guys. I am not one for an analysis. I just wanted to list all my favorite things, and Sisters Grimm, I highly recommend it. If you're trying to get back into reading and you like fantasy, you like fairy tales, this is to read. Also, my favorite fairy tale character of all time, Little Red Riding Hood, is in this book series. She's not exactly sane, she's not exactly right in the head, but I don't care. I think she's incredible in this series, and I think he should read it. Okay, so that's it for... I just realized I'm not wearing a necklace. You guys, I've just realized I'm not wearing a necklace this entire video. Is it too late for me to put a necklace on? Because I feel kind of... I've got my necklaces on. Oh, so sorry about the lighting. Guys, I've got the light coming. That TikTok light, I got it, and it's coming soon. So we won't have to deal with all this harsh lighting, hopefully, that is making my blush. I'm not gonna blame my makeup. I'm gonna blame the flash as to why my blush is looking like this, okay? Every time you see my eyes shifting this way, that's me looking at myself. I haven't yet mastered the art of just staring into that camera, but this is really intimidating. This is intimidating, just staring into it. But anyways, next on my media list, I am going to be talking about TV shows. And the first TV show I am going to talk about is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a show about cops. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's so funny. It's about a group of cops and they're all in the workplace. Are they good cops? Apparently. I don't think they're the best, but they're funny, and that's all that matters. When I need a laugh, when I need a good laugh, I will put on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think that is one of the funniest... Is that word? It is a word. I think it's one of the funniest TV shows I have ever seen. I love all the characters, although, hot take, I wasn't really a fan of Gina. I don't know, I didn't like how she was not mean to Boyle, but I just thought she was quite unfair towards him, and I wasn't a fan. I think it's because I feel like Charles Boyle every day of my life. So when people are mean to him, it's like they're being mean to me. The amount of people I know that... Am I bugging, or did my camera just slant? No, it did. That was terrifying. I thought I just lost an investment. The amount of people I know that have not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine is actually kind of worrying. I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a staple television show that everyone should watch. I think it's age appropriate for everyone. So if you haven't watched it, go watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because I like it and I said so. And now for the other TV show, I'm gonna try to keep my calm about this show, Moesha. I love Moesha, and the day they took it off streaming in the UK was the day my life ended. If my mum sees this, mum, that was an exaggeration. I know I have a lot to live for. Please, thank you. I remember the day Moesha was removed like it was yesterday. I remember seeing that leaving, you know, that red leaving soon thing. I saw it on Moesha and I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it wasn't just Moesha, it was Girlfriend, another favourite of mine, Sister, all three of them, all three staple shows, gone, November 21st. I don't want to think about it. And when I tell people, I haven't even started talking about the show yet. I'm still talking about how it was removed off Netflix. Anyways, when I tell people, guys, I miss Moesha, I want to watch Moesha, they give me pirate websites. Pirate websites? Was that the right term? Whatever, they give me pirate websites. Now, pirating websites, I don't know what it is about them because, well, okay. So one, put the hand in the frame, Deborah. My nail polish. One, okay. I watch everything on my TV. Everybody gives me streaming things for the phone, for the laptop, and I could cast my laptop onto the TV. But there comes the second problem, okay? I hate ads. I hate ads. No, we're pausing the media diary because I need to talk about this. Ads, okay. YouTube ads, I can deal with barely. I can deal with them barely. But those streaming sites, yeah, the ads they have on there, why am I clicking close and something else is popping up? By the time I've gotten to the TV show I want to watch, I'm angry and I need to go do something else to chill out because I don't want to watch the show anymore. Anyways, before I get into a whole other rant, sorry guys, I love to rant. Moesha, it's a sitcom from the 90s. I would say it's a coming of age. Has my head been cut off for most of this video? I won't do that next time, but I'm not re-recording this, so it's about a teen girl who lives in LA. She is played by Brandy. It is an incredible show. I know I have said that about every single piece of media on here. Moesha is good. Moesha is an amazing show. The intro is incredible. The plots are incredible. Most of the plots are incredible. If you have watched Moesha, then you know that how that show ended was criminal. I'll tell anyone who wants to watch that show, let me tell you beforehand, the show was cancelled. I want to say season 6 or season 7. The show was cancelled. The show was cancelled and it ended on an awful cliffhanger. Two awful cliffhangers, actually. I loved everything. I love everything about that show. I think the music was incredible. The topics they discussed were really good and I think they were really impactful back in the 90s. Obviously now when you watch them you're like, that's it, but back in the 90s I'm sure they hit hard. This is not an unpopular opinion. A lot of people would agree with me with this. Frank was awful. There was not one moment. A lot of people don't like Dee. I liked Dee. I think she was doing her best in a bad situation. Moesha was awful to her. Frank was awful to her, I think. Miles was okay. Moesha angered me a lot. No, let's get back to Frank. Frank. In terms of coming of age TV shows, sitcoms like this, Frank was the worst TV dad. He was awful. He was awful. He was horrible, I think. Even by like strict dad terms, he was just, I want to say the things that he did, but I said that I wasn't going to screw it. I already said this isn't spoiler free. Okay, Moesha got a tattoo around here and she had a crop top, okay? She came home, Frank sees her, and I can't remember what he said exactly, but I think he called her a whore. He also, okay, this one is a major spoiler, okay, this one's a major spoiler. He also had a child outside of his marriage. He had a child outside of his marriage, and then he kept the kid with his sister. So Moesha and Miles grew up. Have I said Miles is her brother? Miles is her brother. Moesha and Miles grew up thinking that, where did my train of thought just go? That their brother was their cousin. They grew up thinking that their brother was their cousin. Let me just say, when Ray J got added to that show, that whole show went like bad. Now we're on to the third and final section. I was going to do movies, but I've decided instead I'm going to do anime. The first anime I'm going to talk about is Assassination Classroom. Assassination Classroom is something special to me. You know, growing up, you probably watch anime, but you're not conscious that you're watching anime. Assassination Classroom was the first anime that I knew I was watching anime. It was my first ever one that I watched, which is probably why I think it's a masterpiece. I told one of my friends, you should watch Assassination Classroom, and she said that it was boring, and I said, how dare you? How dare you? Now, Assassination Classroom, I think with a lot of my animes, right, I have to be honest, there are some uncomfortable scenes that I look at and I'm like, oh, that's a bit weird. But remove all of that, I loved it so much. And it was not boring. It was not boring, Mika. I've actually have the two first mangas for it here. I love Karma, I love Itona, and do I love anyone else? I loved Rio. I try to avoid saying anime characters' names because I barely pronounce English names correctly. I barely pronounce Nigerian names correctly. I am so sorry, Japan, if I pronounce these names incorrectly. I keep forgetting to talk about what the plot of these things I'm listing are actually about. Can you see why I said that I'm not doing any deep dive or analysis? It is not my thing. I am just like a media consumer. I do not criticize anything. Most things you can put them in my face, and if I like the vibe, I'm like, yeah, that's my new favorite thing. I love it. I promise I can critically think. It's just I wouldn't critically think online, because I think critically thinking online now puts you in the way of so much anger. People are going to be angry if you put your opinion out there. So I'm trying not to do that, and I'm just going to list my favorite things. So Assassination Classroom is about a group of failed students. They're failures pretty much, class 3E, and they have to kill their teacher. They're not killing him for no reason. Well, they think that he has destroyed a quarter. Was it 3/4? He destroyed part of the moon. I am obsessed with their bond. I know I just said that they're trying to kill him, but there's a bond there, guys. Watch the series and you'll know that I'm not insane. The teacher, Koi Sensei, he helps them with their studies. They all get really good marks at the end of the series. Spoiler. No, that's barely a spoiler in the grand scheme of things. There are so many plot twists in this anime. So many plot twists. I would rate it 10 out of 10. Some of my friends would rate it boring. No, it is a 10 out of 10 anime, and since I like it, I am telling you all, go watch Assassination Classroom. The final thing I'm going to talk about is Fruit Baskets, the 2019 version. Not the 2001 version, the 2019 version. Fruit Baskets. Every single character in this show angered me on a personal level. But I still love it, I don't care. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 from me. So this show is about a girl who she accidentally discovers this other family's secret. They turn into zodiac animals. Now, I'm not talking about, Pisces, Cancer, Leo, all of that stuff. I'm talking about the Chinese zodiac. So the year of the goat, the year of the mouse, the year of the cat, all of that stuff. Oh, there is no year of the cat, and that is a very big plot point in this show. Very big plot point. Anyways, members of this family, they turn into the zodiac animals when they are hugged by a member of the opposite sex, or when they're stressed, or when they're weak. So she accidentally hugs one of them. Whole family's secret is exposed. She's invited to live with them because the girl's homeless, because of a really sad accident that I'm not gonna spoil, because I actually want people to go watch this one. Oh, do I? As with Assassination Classroom, there's some weird stuff in here. The age gaps mostly. The age gaps in some of the relationships, I would say in 2 of the relationships, aren't great. Now, one of them you will barely read about because that's in a different series, the prelude. I haven't read the prelude because I'm not comfortable with the age gap, and then the other one is near the end and it's brief, to be honest. Uncomfortable, it's brief, but outside of that, it is a really good show. I think everybody in the series needs to go to therapy. They all need healing, and you know what? By the end, they are healed. They are all healed. So go watch the show. I think if you like character-driven animes that are gonna make you slightly cry, this is the one to watch. So that's all I'm gonna do today. I have spoken about the 39 Clues and the Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. 2 TV shows that I spoke about were Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Moesha. And then the 2 animes I spoke about were Assassination Classroom and Fruit Baskets. This video is a bit choppy. I had an idea that I know I want to do a media diary, but I know I don't want to do like a deep dive or an analysis because that's not who I am. But I do want to just talk about things I like, media that I like. And I was going to leave it until I could get a solid idea. But do you know what happened to me? I had a nightmare. I put in my dream journal that somebody else did it before me, and then I was forever regretting, why did I not just make the video? So this is the video. It's a bit choppy, but I am going to keep making media diaries, and hopefully I can find out exactly what it is that I want to talk about in these things. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and tell me if you've read these books, if you've watched these shows. I would love to know, and I would love to have a discussion about it. Bye. I will see you on the next video.